We need to start incorporating mound visits in the show.
But yeah.
Just talking to the mic.
Oh, fuck. Is that what we're doing here? Thanks, bro. I had no idea.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Okay.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
So there are new rules coming out for 2024. Some of them I thought were... I think they're good rules overall, but they're a little bit comical to me for reasons we'll get into. So if we want to go ahead, I sent you the article so you can show like just from MLB like what the rule proposed changes are.
Yep.
The first one that's not on here or not on your screen is the widening of the runner's lane. So they're adding the 6 inches right to the runner's lane so that you don't have to run in foul territory.
Okay.
Right?
That's good.
So as a player, this seems to make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like most players will be happy.
It was stupid because so running from home plate to first base, you had to stay in foul territory in order to not have interference.
You basically
called
have to
on
do
you.
like one of these, like you have to do like an arc, right? You got to get out and then run back.
If you've watched a Major League Baseball game, no one runs like that.
Right, but in theory.
Sure, you have to stay in foul territory if you don't want interference called on you, and it's the dumbest rule I've ever seen in baseball. It pisses me off every time it gets called because what is the runner supposed to do? Because they're supposed to be in foul territory, but the base is in fair territory.
They're supposed to Danny Phantom and not get in the way of the
like move your foot no, that's not gonna happen. So it was a dumb rule to begin with. I think this is baseball getting it right by saying, look, you can run in fair territory. Like that should have been a thing. Every other base, the runner creates his own lane. When there's a runner's lane, the runner creates his own lane. It should be no different going from home to first.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
I think that's not what they're saying.
Yeah, no, they're widening the lane.
They're letting them run in fair territory.
They're letting them run a little bit. Yeah, they're just going to widen that lane so you can run in fair territory and have a little bit more
there's
room.
been so many times where a big play has happened and someone hits a ball like a swinging bunt right in front of the catcher and they're booking it down the line. And, I mean, they were just running down the foul line straight to first base. And then the catcher makes a bad throw. It's a bad throw. It's a bad play on the catcher because the first baseman should be setting up in fair territory, giving him a target, inside, giving him a target. And the catcher should be able to hit that guy in the chest and get the out easy. Don't penalize the runner for running to first base because the catcher made a bad throw and hit me in the back. And
Do you think catchers ever throw it at the guy just because?
No.
Okay.
No. Because it's not a guarantee you get that call.
True.
But, I mean, was it in the rule book? Yeah. But I just figured it was a stupid rule.
So the other one not on here, so this is my bad, was the change in the pitch clock. So they're actually bringing the pitch clock down when runners are on base from 20 seconds to 18 seconds.
Yeah.
I find that funny just because it's like, I'm happy with it. Look, I'm all for the pitch clock.
I
Super
like it.
fan.
Yeah.
Love that. Make it short. Cool. But the
2
seconds just seem like
it matters. Think about how many pitches are thrown in the big league game, though. There's like 500 pitches around there, I think. 400, 500 pitches. What's that times 2?
You're right.
800 seconds?
Okay, I'll give that
What's
to you.
800 seconds in a minute?
I'm not that good at quick math like that.
800 divided by
60
is a lot of minutes.
So minutes, it's definitely a few more than
few
one.
It's a couple.
So
it's more than 1 minute.
That'll be changing, but it sounds like the pitch clock's here to stay. So I'm happy with that.
I'm happy about that. I'm a big pitch clock guy.
These I thought were also interesting. So pitching changes. The new rule is if a new pitcher steps onto the warning track with less than 2 minutes remaining on the inning break clock, the clock will reset to 2 minutes rather than 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Inning breaks that contained a pitcher changing averaged 2 minutes and 35 seconds in 2013. So
2023.
I'm sorry,
I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This is like just talking about in between innings.
Yeah, well,
if a new pitcher steps on the warning track,
pitcher. Yeah, basically what this is saying is like, so broadcasters are only guaranteed 2 minutes of commercial time. So I guess what they're saying is what would happen is you'd have like 2 minutes of commercials, you come back, and they're still like doing all this stuff, and pitching. So this will hopefully again make that an easier transition.
Anything I'm for either way, whatever. Can I say something though? Because I know you mentioned the pitch clock.
Yeah.
I saw this in this article too. It was breaking down the month by month amount of like time for games. I think part of the reason why they shaved off 2 seconds on that clock is because they probably found that like those 2 seconds weren't really needed maybe by pitchers. I'm just assuming on that one. And second too is look at this. In April, when everyone was strict about the pitch clock, that was the average game time, 2:37. In September, it was 244. So definitely maybe umpires were starting to be a little more lenient on it, or we were hitters were starting to figure out a way to take their time.
Those rules, yeah.
I think MLB just doesn't want to see them. They made such good progress early in
Yeah.
the season. They don't want to see it regress. So they're like, screw it, 2 seconds. I'm excited for season next season when the pitch clock is 10 seconds.
When the pitch clock is
5 years from now,
negative 5 seconds.
Yeah,
you have to pitch for the next batter right now.
I'm excited when they just replace the pitcher with just a machine that
just an AI.
Yeah, AI baseball. All right, sorry.
No,
Didn't mean to
no,
hijack.
that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And a part of me does I'm gonna say this too, which might be a bit of a controversial take, because I know you can't have sports without having stats. That's part of the game, literally. But I do think it's a little funny that I think a major reason that we got to where we are with baseball being so long and everything was the overuse of stats. And now I think there's an art. I'm not going to go into it, but I think that's part of it for sure.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing overuse of stats to fine tune rules. I find it funny.
It's not just baseball though. You look at any business.
I know. That's true. You're right.
Fine tooth comb everything.
You're right. But I think I find all this comical, but I'm happy with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was the last one that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to bring it up, specifically this one, because you played baseball, and I need to know your take.
Okay.
So the next is going to be the mound visits. So each team's allotment will be reduced from 5 mound visits to 4, with an extra mound visit awarded in the 9th inning. So you've got 4 all game, and then you get an extra one in the 9th. Yeah.
You're really good at reading. I'll say that, because I was looking at that
In 2023, clubs averaged 2.3 mound visits, and surveys showed that fans, the least favorite thing in baseball was the mound visit. So this kind of brings up 2 things that we kind of one that we already talked about on this show, and then one that I want to ask you about regarding the mound visits. The first being that this is another case where I think it's show a game to someone who's not a geek for baseball and ask them what they hate. And I'm not saying that you make all your rules on that, because obviously someone who just legitimately hates baseball is going to have really bad takes. But if you show it to someone who wants to watch a baseball game, they're oh yeah, I could get into this, and then they're what? This is stupid. Maybe this is a good way to play, to make rules. What do you think?
Yes and no.
Okay, yeah. What do you think?
Because I was going to say, if you do that, you're just going to end up with Major League Baseball turning into the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah, that's a good.
Which I like the Savannah Bananas, I like them over there.
Right.
Let them be
They're
over
not
there.
Baseball.
They're good for what they are.
Yeah.
They're an alternative.
They're
and
a
a fun
show.
alternative.
Yeah.
In a show, yeah.
They're a show.
But we need, for people who are the hardos about baseball, need them to have their
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's that you should tailor to some casual fans, because that's the majority of your fan base, I'd say.
Right. I agree. And I think that's why I'm saying I think I agree. I don't think that every single recommendation from a random fan.
It might not be the majority of the fan, but it's at least going to help your fan base grow.
Right.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, if you show it to people who would just actually be interested in baseball, and then they're man, this mound visit thing is the stupidest thing I've ever. I hate watching it happen.
If we start listening to every
it's
oh yeah, if fans catch the ball, this should be an out. It's
right.
Okay, I don't want to go to a Yankees Rays game and then
every
be pissed off at the guy next to me
because
he dropped it. If you're not getting paid by the team, you shouldn't have an impact.
No, your stuff should not count. But so that's that. I thought that was interesting. I would like to see more back to my earlier thing about, we're getting real deep in the stats on pitch clock. Now to see that we're surveying fans and we're seeing what they like too, I think that's really cool. I'd love to see more. I would love to see that whole survey. I haven't looked to see if it's available.
It probably doesn't exist. They just
it's one guy who's I hate these things. Survey showed.
They just said that.
But the other thing I was interested in, okay, so what, as someone who did not play baseball at a higher level, what is the point of the mound visit?
The point of a mound visit?
If you're a third baseman, you're a third baseman.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
Sometimes they don't go in there. It could be anything. It depends on any point of the game. You typically go for a mound visit to talk to the pitcher. Like that's what it is.
Okay, but what
Okay,
is
saying,
what
like,
does
talk
he
about
need
what?
to know?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So like, if the pitcher's struggling to throw strikes and you think his head's not in the right place, the catcher will call time and he'll go out there and talk, right? And he'll say like, dude, like, just kind of, each player, so you'll say something to try to get him refocused, right? Or get him to calm down, get him to reset. That could be a mound visit.
You think that's the same with like managers or coaches
When
that go out there?
Pitching coach goes out there, it's usually for either a mechanical thing to remind him and reset, like you need to be doing this, or because you can scream that from the dugout. Sometimes, too, it'll be a time in the game where a situation comes up, a batter comes up, and the pitching coach is going to go out there with the catcher and maybe the infielders, too, so that they all get on the same page about how they're going to attack this hitter.
Okay.
How are we going to get him out? Or they're going out there for, okay, if he bunts, like in the postseason where people bunt, actually, like, okay, we're going to do this if in this situation, like infielders be ready for this. Like first and third play, we're going to do this. Like everyone get on the same page. That's pretty much what it is. What you can also use a mound visit for, too, is let's say an RBI situation comes up. You can, and I don't understand it, to be honest. I don't think it really has that much of an effect. But let's say guy walks or bases are juiced now, and, some dude's coming up to hit. There'll be a mound visit just to let that guy ice the hitter a little bit. Kind of like icing the kicker.
So you just walk up there and be like,
walk as slow as you can up.
what's up?
Yeah,
How you doing?
You'll talk, but like really the main reason for it is like, oh, we're gonna like ice the batter. Let him sit there and think about it. Which I never got that. I thought it was. I get it, but I don't think it really has that much because you're also icing the pitcher. Like,
and I was just gonna say like that. I think that's the one. I don't like. Okay, your pitching coach sees that, whatever. But like for you to go out there and like, just I guess give the pitcher a break and then ice the batter. I mean,
that happens. I would say that
like
is
a waste of time.
No,
like
but
it's a waste of time.
It's sole strategy, but I think really the main reason for a mound visit is to talk to the pitcher and have him refocus, so that he doesn't walk the house. What do you mean? You have him reset, refocus. The guy just threw 6 balls in a row. The odds are he's probably going to throw a 7th one. Yeah, but if I'm shortstop or second, let me call timeout and go up there and say, dude, what do hey, how's it going? Like,
he knows.
I know he knows.
He saw the balls.
But you need a physical reset. Be like, dude, like, hey, throw it over the plate, get a ground ball. Like, seriously, that's what I've told people.
If someone paused the game to come over to the mound and tell me
you'd be a bad teammate
to throw the ball across the mound, I would be like,
I wouldn't say that.
Thanks.
I would say, look, I say, Lisa, hey, yo, you're good. Throw the ball over the plate. Let me.
Thanks, bro.
I didn't finish. I would punch you in the mouth.
That's what
I would punch you in the mouth.
I'm so glad you came from short over here to tell me that you throw the ball over the mouth.
I don't like that either because I would have teams. I've heard that and I hear that in Little League all the time. All these kids are like, throw a strike. It's like, dude, I think he's trying.
I got that.
I think he's trying to throw a strike.
I think I get the concept.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not going to go over there and be like, bro, throw a strike. Have you tried that? I'm not saying that.
Yeah, have you tried like getting the ball into that guy's glove? In his glove.
I would say, look, and you let me finish. I'd be like, dude, throw it over the plate, let him hit it, and we got your back. All you need is a ground ball. All you need is a ground ball. Sometimes you need to say that because like a lot of times too, sometimes pitchers forget that there's 8 dudes behind, actually 7 dudes behind them playing defense.
Yeah,
because they try to hit the corners and they're trying to be
strike
perfect.
Them out. That's what they're doing.
They're trying to be perfect with their pitches. It's like, dude, you don't gotta be perfect, man. Let them hit it. We got you. We got you. And sometimes you gotta tell them that, and like it just having the reset, it works. It works.
All right.
And then there's a bad move if the guy throws 6 balls in a row and you don't go out there and talk to him because he will throw 7 and 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you don't go out there, you're a bad coach, a bad teammate, bad player, and your team's gonna suck.
Okay.
And he's a bad pitcher.
All right.
Mound visits are good, but 4 of them are fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. 4 of them.
So these are the big changes. Just thought it got me a little bit excited for the 2024 season. So, and I'm glad.
I would hate if you were my pitcher. I'm not going to any mound visits with you.
I'm not seeing you on the mound at all. If I'm the pitcher, I don't need a mound visit. I'm good. Just like
That's a bad teammate, and I'm not friends with you.
You know what? I don't like mics I don't like the mic interviews when they're out there personally. It just, to me, it kind of exemplifies how little they're moving, which is not what you want from a sport.
We need to start incorporating mound visits in the show.
Yeah.
Just talking in the mic.
Oh, fuck. Is that what we're doing here? Thanks, bro. I had no idea.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Okay.
I'm right behind
you. You got my back, bro?
Yeah. Mound
Yeah,
visit.
but,
only got 3 more. We only got 3 more.
I would pay to have the mics on when they do the mound visit.
Yeah.
Because I would love to hear someone go up to like Blake Snell and be like, bro, just put the ball over the plate and have him. Like, yeah, no shit, bro. Like, no shit. One of the best pitchers out here. You think I don't know that?
I don't think that's what he's
What
not
do you think
saying
I'm doing
that.
here?
No one says that.
What do you
like,
think
just
they pay
throw a
me
strike.
for, bro?
I
Like,
hate
this-
you so much. I hate you so much.
Anyway, that's
Usually,
the rule
I've
change.
gone to a mound visit. I've gone to a mound visit and asked to do what he ate for breakfast.
I want to hear that. Give me the tea.
I've done that. I've just been
Like,
like,
is
dude,
your girl-
I'm
you
like,
know, like-
I'm like, dude, what did you eat for breakfast?
yeah.
He's like,
Where'd you get those socks?
if he just walked like 2 dudes, what'd you eat for breakfast, man? Oh, I had like an omelet. I was like, yeah, dude, don't ever eat that again. Like, you're like, dude, you haven't thrown a strike in 2 batters. Don't eat that ever again. Like, dude, if you need me to get you hash browns
get
at the
you a
calf,
smoothie. Do you want a smoothie?
You need
Like-
me to get you hash browns at the calf? I can get you a hash brown. Like, dude, don't eat omelets, please. And then they'll laugh, they'll loosen up. Like, because like they're stressing, like, oh, fuck, I just walked 2 batters.
Well, it would
like-
be funny if you came up and told me to
That's
throw a ball, because then I'd be like,
No.
thanks,
Okay.
thank
No one
you,
talks
thank you
about
for
that.
your help.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing